Hello! Welcome to one more Colorful Live where I'm going to do a full color analysis test in my clients. This is Lee. Say hello, Lee.
Hello, everybody.
We're going to test her colors and we're going to bring our Color November sale to you guys. So it's the launch of our sale. We're going to have a special coupon to whoever is live here with us. And we're also going to bring some new materials, new tools. If you guys want to learn anything, and if you want me to show you any specific products, please comment here below so I can bring it to this live. And we're gonna start by talking a little bit about Lee's profile. Lee, tell everyone where you're from.
I am from São Paulo, Brazil. Forgive my English, please.
It's great.
I'm not fluent.
Where's your family from, your origins?
My origins is Asian. My grandparents are from Japan, but I was born here in São Paulo.
So Lee has Asian skin. We talk a lot about Asian skin in our courses. I like to bring lots of different ethnicities. And we can, just by looking at Lee, we can bring out a few characteristics, okay? So if we're thinking about dimensions and we're thinking between light and dark, we can see that Lee has a lot of darkness in her hair, in her eyes. Her eyebrows are not that dark, but she will have a darker value. She's not someone that has a predominant light characteristics, okay? If we think about chroma, Asian skin is not as bright as we might see in an African American that's very dark. They don't have all that shine in that skin, but they react very well to chroma, okay? So this is something that might confuse a lot of people that don't have a lot of experience. Sometimes we might look at the chroma stage and we might try to always find that oily skin, and we're not gonna always find that in Asian skins, okay? But that doesn't mean that they don't react well to high intensities. And we also have the temperature. We can see that she has a lot of yellow in her skin, but this yellow is not a very warm yellow. It's kind of a more greenish yellow, and we're gonna see how that yellow reacts. It's different from the yellow I have. Even though I'm wearing makeup, you guys can see that I'm a little bit more golden and she's a little bit more grayish, okay? So this is the difference between different types of yellow. Welcome everyone. I can see that a lot of people are coming in.
Valentina is here.
Oh, hi Valentina. Valentina is our student from Chicago. And I hope to have students that are coming to our next classes as well. So we're gonna be in the US this month and we're coming to LA on the 18th of November. We have San Diego almost fully booked on the 21st. So if anyone is still interested in San Diego, you need to enroll very quickly. And we have Dallas on the 22nd. Hopefully the flights will be open for us to get there. So let's pray and hopefully we will be able to attend and to train all of you guys. Let's start this test, and I'm gonna start by bringing a new tool, okay? When we're talking about personal contrast, I realize that a lot of students have a hard time visualizing contrast in this drape, okay? Because this drape, we need to put it against the client's skin, we need to take a picture, turn it into black and white, and then we need to find the darker and the lightest value. So now we're bringing in a new tool. This is a pre-launch. It's going to arrive in the US around the 20th of November, but it's already on pre-sale, okay? So this tool, we have hair tones on the top and skin tones on the bottom. And we're actually going to look for the exact tone present in our client's beauty, okay? So Lee has almost black hair, okay? So her darkest value is going to be right on the top of my drape, and it's going to be a level 10, okay? Now, when we go to look for her skin tone, we're not going to find a perfect match in terms of color here, but we need to find a match in terms of value, okay? And I can see that her skin tone is more or less a value 5, okay? So then I'm going to take my two numbers, 10 minus 5. I have a 5 level contrast. And a 5-level contrast represents a medium contrast, which you have the clue here, medium contrast, okay? This new drape doesn't come with the clue written on it, but it comes with a manual that you receive when you buy the drapes, and it has all the different values and where you're going to put each of the different stages. So this is a new tool. It's on pre-sale, and it's to make this personal contrast stage a little bit easier for you guys, okay? To visualize and to not have to use your phone during the sessions. Now we're going to go to that. Oh, first, before we start testing, I used my Color Oracle with Lee, and I asked her to choose 8 preference colors. And look at that. Look at the colors that she chose, okay? If we look at these colors, which seasons do we imagine that they will be? They will belong to? Let me bring it a little bit closer to you guys. So we have some dark, cooler greens, we have some blues, purples, light blue, we have bright white, and we have gray. I want you to contribute. You know, I don't like to stand here on my own, just speaking by myself. So these colors, they are darker. They're not as bright as a bright winter or a bright spring, but they do have some saturation. We can't consider them pastels. We could, this color here, but the others, they have some saturation, okay? So they're darker, they're brighter, and they are cooler because we have more a predominance of blues and greens, okay? So these colors, they belong to a winter season. Do we think these colors will be in Lee's seasonal palette? I love it when we have the colors in the palette. If we don't have, sometimes the client comes here and she chooses warm and bright colors and she's a winter, okay? In those cases, we do need to find substitutes that she will also love, but that won't necessarily be in her palette, okay? In this case, I think there will be a match, Lee, so that's good. I asked her about black. What did you tell me about black?
I like black because it's a usual color we see everywhere, but I don't love it.
It's not her favorite.
It's not my favorite color.
Okay, so black will probably be in her palette because black, whoever is able to wear black needs to either have black in their features or have extremely high chroma. She does have black, so she probably will have black in her palette, okay? So just to remind you guys, whoever is getting here now, we are launching our November sale. And in this company, we don't have a black November, we have a color November because it's much more fun and happy. So in our color November, we will be having a couple of lives and we will be launching different coupons during our lives. And if you are here, you will be able to enjoy these special prices, okay?
We already have some guests here. So, winter, deep winter.
Okay, so a lot of people are betting on winter. Yeah. Let's start to confirm that. So between dark and light, what do you guys think? Dark or light? Look at yourself in the mirror, Lee, so you can visualize, okay? When we're talking about value, we need to find that mathematical repetition, okay? Even though she has lighter skin, her skin tone is even a little bit darker than the colors we see here. And she has a lot more darker points in her features that are not present here. So this is too light for her, okay? When we observe her in the dark, we can see that there is a resemblance. So it really harmonizes better. It's like she melts into these colors. It feels more soft, more elegant. So dark is better for Lee. Now we are going to compare it with medium. Medium or dark. Medium or dark. I still prefer dark. I feel that it sits better on your skin tone. Okay, I feel this is a little bit too it feels a little bit childish. It's not elegant. This feels a little bit more elegant, okay? So we have our first dimension is dark. Let's move on to the next step, which is chroma. And here I really want you to observe the way Lee's skin is going to react to these drapes, okay? So soft colors, they're more pastel, they're more powdery, and bright colors, they're more saturated. And here we have this drape in satin, so it really potentializes the effect of the test. So look at her skin tone. What do you guys feel happens to her skin tone when I bring these two characteristics against her skin? Don't be shy, or else I'm going to go away. So I feel that this kind of pulls Lee's energy down, you know? She looks a little bit more pale. She loses color in her lips. She loses a little bit of her contrast. When I put her in something brighter, look at how her skin glows, how she has more contrast. So definitely bright is better for Lee, but I'm going to bring my medium drape as well. Medium or bright. Look at how the way the light reflects differently on her skin when we compare these two drapes.
We already have some brights here.
So bright, yes. I feel like she becomes a little bit gray, you know? And here I can see that there's so much light in her cheeks. It's like her skin becomes more luminous. So even though we can't see all that luminosity naturally on her skin tone, okay, when we look at her like this, we can see that she reacts very well to this. So she can handle saturated colors. So we have dark and we have bright. Now we're going to move on to temperature. And Lee has preferences in the cool side. She chose lots of greens and purples. Have you ever tried wearing yellow or orange?
Like a pastel yellow.
Okay.
Not the bright.
Like mustard yellow?
No.
No.
Maybe.
Okay.
A little bit dark. Maybe.
What about like a bright orange?
Never.
No?
Never. Orange and
There's a
red.
why. There's a why. Let's have a look at the why. Look at that. Okay, so what happens to an Asian skin when we put it next to something extremely warm? Silence. Are we back? Okay. Hopefully no more alerts for now. So when we see warm colors next to a cool skin, we can observe that her skin absorbs the yellowness from the colors, okay? So she becomes a little bit green. It's not something that we feel it's nice, okay? So when we look at her in the cool one, look at how shiny her skin looks and how it's like her skin breathes, you know? It looks so much nicer than in the warm one. So that's why you feel funny in orangely. Usually, it's very intuitive. Whoever has this type of skin, when they put something warm on, they feel funny, they feel a little bit sick, they feel like they need to put more makeup on. Now let's look at the neutral, and we're going to compare it with cool. Neutral or cool? I still keep the cool. I feel that the neutral doesn't do anything for her, and the cool really opens up her skin and her face. And so cool. So we have cool, bright, and dark. That's putting her in a winter season, okay? One of the steps I really like to do during the test. In Lee's case, we're already imagining that she will be a winter, so she will probably carry black and white. But there are many clients that we get to this point and we know that the person is cool, but we're not sure she's going to be a winter or a summer. So there's a step that's very important for us to differentiate summers from winters, okay? And it's the black and white. So I'm going to put a high contrast black and white here. And I'm going to compare it with a medium contrast black and white. So if she handles the high contrast, she will be a winter. If she doesn't handle, she would probably be a summer, okay? Look at that, look at the difference. It's like when I put her here, I feel like she already has a little bit of makeup on, okay? And when I put her in the soft one, I feel like I need to add some makeup on her. So let me get some lipstick here.
Pale.
You look a little bit gray. Then if I were to add some contrast, then she would be able to wear this, okay? But on its own, it's too soft, okay? So with this set, we can do black and white, and we can also do colorful prints. So this would be a more summery print. This would be a more winter. Look at that. This one really brightens her up, okay? This is too soft for her. And we can also use this set to compare temperatures. So this is a high contrast print. I know high contrast is good for her. In a cool temperature. And I can compare it with warm temperature. So I can use this set to reconfirm my temperature. Look at that. Definitely cool is better, okay? So most of our tools, they have several ways for you to explore them. So you can reconfirm stages that you are in doubt, okay? This same set comes with a light, low contrast. So this would be more focused in those people that have very light features, okay? So the light seasons. And this other drape is a dark, low contrast, okay? And this we can imagine that is a dark winter pattern. And if I were to compare it with my high contrast again, that I can imagine is either a bright or a cool winter, we can already start to imagine where she will land. Okay, and I feel that the dark one is a little bit too heavy for her. I like the bright one better. Okay, so I'm more leaning towards a cool winter. I don't think she will be a bright winter because bright winter we do need to see all that shine in the skin and in the eyes. So when we're thinking about the three winters, the brightest one will always be the bright winter, and the softer one will always be the, oh Jesus, the dark, yes, thank you, the dark winter, because it's closer to autumn, okay? So for Lee, I'm leaning towards cool or dark, okay? Let's do metals. Do you prefer to wear gold or silver?
Silver.
Silver? So that's something already that suggests the temperature of our clients, because I can say that maybe 70% of people prefer gold, okay? And at some point during our lives, transition into gold, okay? If there's someone that really loves silver and that's the metal that they use their entire life, this person will probably be cool, okay? So let's compare here gold or silver. Gold, you become yellow, do you see that? Mm-hmm. And silver really brightens you up, so silver is better. Then we can do silver and a cool neutral, which is a rose. I like this one too, so you can wear both of these. And we can try a warm neutral, which is amazing for autumns, but it's not good for you. It darkens your skin a lot. Okay, so here we have cooler metals, so either rose or silver. So if we're imagining that she is cool, she is bright, and she is dark, we're imagining that she will be a winter, okay? So I'm going to get my dark winter. First, I'm going to eliminate my bright winter using these drapes. These are our seasonal drapes. I rarely use these here, but they are very nice. For whoever doesn't want to spend so much in a seasonal set that has only solids, this is a cheaper set, okay? And it will have the coupon we're launching today. So, and it's very easy to visualize. I'm going to put here dark and bright winter. So this is bright. And this is dark. Do you see how this shines more than her? It's too much. This one blends in better. Okay, so dark. And then I'm going to compare it with cool. I already have a feeling, but I'm going to use my solids, okay? If you guys have already an opinion, please comment. If you want me to bring any different tools as well. We're going to bring our hair color charts in a little while. This tool...
No comments.
I'm lonely.
Now, we're almost full. 17.
They're confused, like me.
This is a tool for you guys that have difficult finding temperature. Okay, this one is a tool that we can actually try to find the color of the skin. And we can see that all of these warm tones, they're way too warm for Lee. Okay, so I can't really visualize her skin here. If I bring the cool, she doesn't have all this pink as well. So I can't really see her in a 100% cool temperature. And then when I bring the neutral, we can find her more or less here. Okay, so her skin is more or less this tone here. So it has a little bit of yellow, but it also has a little bit of pink, a little bit of beige. So she has a skin tone that's neutral, cool, but her undertone might be cool if she reacts better to a cool winter, for example, okay? So there's a difference between tone and undertone. Tone is what we see. It's what we can visually see, okay? And the undertone is how the skin reacts to color. And when we're thinking about the seasonal choice, we're always going to consider the undertone. So let me get my dark winter and my cool winter. So this is cool. This is cool and this is dark, okay? And we're gonna do color by color. The good thing about this set, which is our color match set, is that we can visually see all the colors in comparison, okay? So I like to look at both sides, and I always feel that there's one side that's kind of going to come up. She's going to have like a facelift effect. And the other side is going to pull her down a little bit, okay? This is completely related to the shadows that these two colors bring upon her face, okay? And this is the effect of colors in our face. So when I look at these two sides, I think there's a comment there, Rafa. I have a newbie here commenting. So let's see what people are saying.
Melissa is asking, how long does analysis typically take? And if you get 10 or lose your 10, do you need to redo it?
Oh, you're talking about the mentoring session. Okay.
No, the 10.
Oh, if you get the 10.
10.
Okay, okay. So a session usually takes about an hour, considering pre and after session. The test itself takes about 20 minutes. So I usually say for whoever is starting to book every hour and a half, so you have time to get the client in, talk a little bit, find out about her preferences, and then you start to drape her. It depends on the amount of steps you have. Here I can have a test that takes 15 minutes or a test that takes 40 minutes, depending on the amount of steps I'm going to bring into each session, okay? When someone is tanned, it doesn't mean that we can't do an analysis, but it does make our job a little bit darker, harder, especially for whoever is new, okay? There's a big difference between a warm tan and a cool tan, but this difference you guys are not going to be able to perceive in the beginning. So I suggest that whoever is starting, don't do tan skin until you already practiced a lot, until you already understand without the tan what is a cool and what is a warm skin, or else you're going to end up giving warm skins to every cool skin that is tanned. So, between these two, I prefer Cool Winter. I think it lifts her. Let's look at the pink. Look at how this one makes her skin a little bit darker, and this one really lifts her up, okay? This is not the light we have here. We have exactly the same light. We have big softbox right in front of her, so it's not the lighting that's different. It's the effect of the colors on her face. Cool and dark winter. So here we have our first preference color, okay? So Lee chose this color as her preferences and she has it in her palette. So that's going to be an easy color for her to start to wear. And it can be even a starting point. I usually say that purple is not an easy color to start with because it's a color that people don't usually really relate to. And it's not a color that's easy to find in stores. But she arrived here and when she opened the color deck, she said, I love purple. So she is a person that's not common, but that we can start with purple, okay? Then we have navy. Oh, sorry. Navy and a midnight blue. And look at that. We have a second preference color here. So she has.
That's why I don't like.
Navy is too dark for you. Yeah. You need the colors that are a little bit more saturated, okay? That's what's going to look better on you. And then we're gonna see the greens. And she actually chose these two greens in her preferences. Actually, no, it wasn't exactly this one, but it's close. And let me see. This one is here, yeah. And the other one she chose was a little bit darker, so it's even better because I feel that this one is a little bit too dark. So she needs to go for something that's not as dark. It's medium, okay? So, but it's in the family and she can definitely wear it. And then look at the yellows. I asked her about the yellows and she said, well, sometimes a pale yellow she would wear. Yellow is not a great color for whoever is winter, okay? It's not it's not going to be the best color. Always blues and purples are going to look better.
And the Asian skin is worse.
Yeah. This one I feel is nicer than this one, but if I were to compare these yellows to something warmer, like from an autumn, look at that. So this really makes her skin darker, okay? So if she wants to go for something yellow, she needs to go for something cooler that's a little bit more greenish and that's a little bit more saturated. So Lee is a cool winter. Let's bring her colors here so we can visualize all of them. And this really matches her characteristics. Do you like these colors, Lee?
Yes. This is the tone that I like.
So her greens, she chose 3 tones of greens, and they're all cooler greens. Okay, so they're all in the family. They're all present in her palette. She chose the blue that's also here. She chose the purple that's also here, okay? The only color she chose that's not really in the family is this light blue, but if we imagine that this is jeans, she can wear it, okay? Let's go for the neutrals. We didn't do the neutrals yet. Reminding you guys that if you stay here until the end, you're gonna get a special coupon, so don't go away.
We have one question.
Yes.
Melissa is asking if there's a better time of the year to do the analysis.
Well, if you're thinking about the tan, it will not be during the summer, okay? But apart from that, if it's someone that doesn't really go on vacation and stay, you know, on the beach all day, you can do it any time of the year. Especially because nowadays people don't really get that much tan on their face. They use sunscreen and hats, and unless the client arrives and you see that she just got back from holidays, then you ask her, could you come back in 2 weeks? But apart from that, there isn't really a time of the year that you should worry about. Let's do the neutrals, okay? So first we're going to do black and gray. We already realized that she was going to look better in black and white because we did the contrast, okay? So definitely black is better. If I were to bring something brown, do you like to wear brown?
No.
Yeah, brown's not good for Asian skin because it makes you more yellow. So this would be a cooler brown. This wouldn't be the worst brown for her. Let me get those 2 browns. Marrom. If I were to bring something warmer, que é aquele caramelo. Look at that. That has a little bit of pink, but when I put here, which is a caramel, definitely it's a no, okay? So from these darker neutrals, I would say that black is definitely the best. Let's bring navy. So this set we're selling separately. We have only the neutral set, which are 14 drapes, separate from all the other 96 drapes. So if you don't want to buy the full kit, you can get just the neutrals. And these really help us find the season as well. So she can do navy as well, but this navy is, let me get the other navy we put on her. This one's a little bit more saturated than this one. Look at how the extremely dark really looks heavy for her. So that's why she's not a dark winter, okay? This one is better. Then we're going to bring the gray. So this is a cooler gray. She chose this gray in her preferences. I would say that if she were to go for a light neutral, this would be the best option. This is a taupe, which is a warmer gray, and I think it's not good for her skin tone. If we were to bring pure white, which is also a good neutral for her, she did choose pure white, and it's definitely better than off-white. Look at how in the bright white, her skin looks shinier and brighter. Okay, so bright white, navy, black.
The white was like more ice.
Yes, it's icy white, yes, yeah. The cooler, the better. Have you ever had your hair in a different color?
No.
Never did anything to your hair? The best hair for Asians is the hair they were born with, okay? Because it's shiny and it's dark. 2 characteristics that they need in order to value their skin tone. If we were to change this hair color to something lighter, let me show you what would happen. So this is Lee's natural contrast, okay? And if we were to start to make it lighter, look at how she becomes more pale. So if you ever imagine being blonde, this is where you can visualize that it's not a good option, okay? But what if she wants to change her hair color? If she wants to make it different from her original, she could go for something in a burgundy, dark burgundy, okay, that has a cooler, a more violet undertone, nothing that has copper. And she doesn't need to do it in her whole hair. She can do some highlights, mix it in with her natural base. That would look more elegant and more in harmony with her skin tone. Because since she doesn't have all that intensity coming from her skin, if she were to put a very bright hair tone, it would look a little bit fantasy hair, okay? In order for her to have a hair color that really blends in, it can't be that bright. What else? Okay, so we're giving a free gift, which is an amazing free gift on orders over $4.99? No, $1.99. Whoever spends $1.99 this month on our website, I got it. You're gonna get our style guides, okay? And our style guides are complete guides of the 7 universal styles. So you get 7 style guides. Sorry, Lee, I'm covering you.
No, it's okay.
And you get tips on how to dress with this style, and tips on colors and fashion, how to style differently for day, for work. And for whoever is a consultant and you do these materials to give to your clients, this really helps you out because the research is all done for you, okay? So we're giving out the 7 style guides. They're downloadable PDFs on all orders over $1.99 only during this month in our website, okay? And I want to open for final questions. Let me give Lee the palette. Cool Winter. If you guys have final questions, you can comment. This is the time. So Lee, this is your color palette, and these colors, I'm gonna have to put it here or else they won't see it.
Okay.
These colors, they are brighter, they're cooler, okay? Since we saw that the darker tones aren't as good for you, ideally, you should wear colors that are more, maybe I'll come on this side. Is it better? So here, so she can see it. Is that good? Okay.
Yes.
So it's better if you wear the colors more in the middle, not in the darker or in the lighter, okay? If you want to wear something lighter, remember that always the contrast is going to look better for you. So try to match it with something darker, more or less what you did today. Oh, she's wearing a black and white jacket on top. Yeah, so she brought the contrast on top, okay? Here you have your best neutrals. So you do have black and white, you have the blues, the grays, some rosés. And on the back of the palette, you have a lot of information as well. We have best colors, universal colors, all the colors that we tested on you with the drapes, they are here as well. The best metals for you are the silver, but we did like the rosé as well, so you can explore that. We have color combinations. You can wear high contrast black and white and high contrast prints, okay? Every time you want to choose a print, try to remember that the difference of light and dark is very important for you. Hair tone, so always keep it dark. If you want to bring some color, go for something, more in the burgundy. And the makeup, you're gonna receive a guide that has lots of tips on makeup, but mainly the main thing behind winter makeup is keep it luminous. Don't use a foundation that's going to really cover your skin, that's too matte, okay? You need to wear a foundation that's a little bit
artificial.
Yeah, you need to wear a foundation that's more fluid. You can wear highlighter.
Natural.
Yes, to bring out the natural shine you have on your skin. Yeah. Okay?
The lipsticks just that pink?
No, you have red, you have pinks, you have lots of different lipsticks as well.
Nice.
Always go for satin or shiny finishes. You don't have to wear these colors in lipstick, you can wear it in gloss. Every time you bring something shiny to your skin, it's going to look better than something matte. Yeah.
Yes.
Final questions?
And what about the coupon?
Oh yes, I forgot. So the coupon is a 15% discount coupon and you can apply it directly to the checkout. And the code is Live November, okay? So Live November will give you 15% discount on all tools. Our courses and mentoring sessions did not get into this phase of the promotion, okay? But questions?
No. Ricardo is here.
Ricardo is my biggest fan, and he's an amazing consultant based in Orlando. So if you guys want to book a color analysis in Orlando, please go to our website and we'll put you through to Ricardo. We do have consultants spread around different cities in the US. So we are giving in-person consultations, and we also have our online consultations. If you're from a different city, you can go on our website and book that.
Maybe you can show the new drape for Ricardo.
Oh, so we showed it in the beginning of the live. Thank you. Friday nights, the brain's already a little bit slow. This is the new contrast drape. So instead of using our regular contrast, where we're gonna need to make this picture black and white, you know, and visualize it in grayscale, we have a real tone scale now, real hair color and real skin tone. So we're gonna find the darker value here, and in her case, it's a 10, and we're gonna find the color of her skin, which is, in her case, is a 5, okay? So you can relate to the number in the middle. And then from 10 to 5, we have 5 levels, and that's going to be a medium contrast. And we used all the levels that are in the same language as hair colors. So we have 3 as a dark brown, we have medium brown in a 4, light brown in a 5, dark blondes, medium blonde, and so on. So this is for you guys to have an easier time finding that perfect contrast. Any more questions? So just as a reminder, we are coming to the States this month. We will be in LA on the 18th, San Diego on the 21st, and Dallas on the 22nd. These are the last sessions of this year. We are coming back in January to Chicago and New York. So you can look at all those dates in our website. If you've had previous training and you want to come and learn our method, you can. This is not a course that's only focused on beginners. I'm sure you'll learn a lot. We have a different method. Our method is a little bit more intuitive. We do look at all different ethnicities. It's a 12-season method, but it does have a Brazilian approach. It does have a little bit of bossa, so I'm sure you will really enjoy it. Thank you all for being here with me today. Thank you, Lee, for being here. I hope you liked your palette. And we'll see you next time.